He took 35 Viagra pills just for a laugh, had a 5-day erection. Daniel Medforth, 36, of East Yorkshire's Withernsea, had a 4-hour erection, which might have lasted more than that. Medforth, a married father of 2 and a plasterer by trade, told the UK tabloid The Sun that he took 35 Viagra tablets in 1 hour after 2 days of drinking with his pals. My friend brought them downstairs and I simply thought I'd go for a joke, and one led to 2, 3, and so on, Medforth told the Daily Beast. It will be great if you like and share this video. Also, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell icon next to it to get notified when we add new interesting videos in the future. Now, let's get back to the story. However, around pill number 35, the hilarity gave way to fear. Medforth returned home to his wife, who rushed him to the hospital where he belonged, when his vision became green, a Viagra side effect known as cyanopsia, and he had what he described to The Sun as a massive erection that wouldn't go away. And he sat there for the next 36 hours, 1 hour for each year of his life that he had almost thrown away. This was a traumatic experience for him. His family was worried as to what will happen to his health due to the overdose. He told the Daily Beast that his wife was a little irritated with him, which he believed was an exaggeration. Medforth was put on bed rest after being discharged, but his penis refused to sleep with him. His erection lasted 5 days in all. 5 good days of erection without little rest. This was too much even for him. It wasn't a continuous erection, he said to The Sun, but every time I brushed over something for 5 days, it jumped into life, and it was worthless to me. It seemed strange that his wife was not in the mood for sex after Medforth had nearly left her widowed and their children fatherless. She was pissed as to why her husband would take such a drug for the fun of it. But don't worry, everything at home is okay right now. Fortunately, my wife has forgiven me, and I understand how lucky I have been, Medforth told The Sun. 2 varies might not be enough to express the size of Medforth's fortune. Men who overdose on Viagra fared far worse than he did. There have been far worse cases of Viagra overdose in the past. Let me give you some real-life instances. In 2013, a 66-year-old Colombian man had his gangrenous penis amputated after overdosing on Viagra to gratify his new partner. In 2009, a 28-year-old Russian man died of a heart attack after downing an entire bottle to participate in a 12-hour orgy on a bet. He won the bet. After that, he died. Aside from these, there are more severe examples. Viagra overdoses can result in a range of cardiovascular symptoms, such as chest pain, fainting, irregular pulse, low blood pressure, heart attack, and, in rare cases, death. Viagra's generic name is sildenafil citrate, and it works by relaxing blood vessels, which can cause a significant reduction in blood pressure if taken excessively or in combination with nitrates, which are medications used to alleviate chest pain. There is also the dreaded 4-hour erection, or priapism, as it's known in the medical community. If not treated quickly, priapism can lead to erectile dysfunction or permanent loss of function. To put it another way, taking too much Viagra at once may aggravate the issue that the medication was supposed to address. So it's always advisable to be cautious when using the drug. The normal dose should be taken, and if possible, it should be avoided totally. Medforth told the Daily Beast that he awoke after his overdose relatively unscathed. Was it ever uncomfortable to have a long erection? Not at all, he said. Did he have any other unpleasant effects while in the hospital? With the exception of stomach problems and a bad headache for a few days? No, none. He did tell The Sun that his doctors and nurses warned him off, and that the paramedics were struggling not to laugh. So the most significant side effect may have been a shame. When asked if he regrets his decision in light of what could have happened to him, he replied, "Of course I do. I thought it was a joke at the time and didn't think about the consequences." Here is another story. A 44-year-old sex addict died of a heart attack after consuming a mix of cocaine, Viagra, and erection cream at a Thai orgy. After ingesting a mixture of narcotics, Viagra, and erection cream at a Thai orgy, the sex addict died of a heart attack. On Sunday, Kun Thep, 44, fell in a hotel suite while attending a monthly sex party with pals in Samut Prakan province. Alcohol, a pack of Viagra, marathon rub erection ointment, and 2 unknown tablets were discovered on a table adjacent to the sofa where Thep was discovered dead. Thep, a cab driver, had brought a woman to his apartment, but he returned an hour later to inform pals that he was abnormally weary. Friends subsequently discovered him unconscious and nude from the waist down. Every month we have a similar celebration. He came to our suite and slept on the couch as we drank. We assumed he was simply exhausted, a friend remarked. However, he didn't reply when I shook his body. After inspecting the place, police discovered 6 bottles of liquor and beer cans in the hotel suite. There were also peanuts, fried chicken, and dried shrimp on the table. According to detectives, the 44-year-old had a heart attack after engaging in energetic intercourse and drinking a combination of booze and narcotics. According to authorities, he had put the marathon rub ointment to his penis after taking the Viagra tablets. His death is not being investigated as a homicide. There is nothing strange about the death at the hotel, said Namis Fong Mata, a police spokeswoman. However, it is uncomfortable for his family because they were unaware that he was present. Here is another story. A man overdoses on erectile dysfunction medication. He then noticed donut-shaped spots in his vision. Bigger isn't always better, especially when it comes to erectile dysfunction medication doses. According to a recent study, taking too much sildenafil, the key element in Viagra, may be hazardous to eye cells. According to the story, this happened to a guy in Massachusetts who got eyesight loss after ingesting a whole bottle of liquid sildenafil. Because Viagra is not available in liquid form, the man did not take the brand name medication. This caused an adverse effect that made him regret his decision. The man, who was in his mid-50s, swallowed a whole 30-milliliter bottle of liquid sildenafil. The container included 750 milligrams of the erectile dysfunction medication, which was about 10 times the authorized quantity. This is just too much for one person, don't you think? Not long after taking the overdose medication, the eye trouble started, and they didn't go away. The guy waited to see if the issue will stop with time, but it didn't. After 2 months, the guy went to the doctor and detailed his visual abnormalities, which resulted in a ring or donut form. This is what has been altering his vision since the drug overdose. The man's retinal cells were found to be defective, which are the light-sensitive cells at the back of the eye that convert light into electrical impulses that are conveyed to the brain. Unfortunately, there is no treatment for the condition, and the patient did not return to follow-up appointments. So it's unclear whether his vision improved, according to lead case report author Dr. Hilary Brader, an ophthalmologist in the Philadelphia area, affiliated with Ophthalmic Partners and Matosian Eye Associates. Brader cared for the patient at Massachusetts Eye and Ear in Boston. This isn't the first instance of retinal damage caused by a sildenafil overdose. In 2012, doctors in the United Kingdom reported the case of a man who suffered visual blurring after taking 1,500 milligrams of sildenafil, which was also caused by retinal abnormalities. And as previously reported by Live Science, doctors in New York recounted the instance of a man who had a red tint in his eyesight after drinking a bottle of sildenafil last October. But how can sildenafil harm the eyes? The medicine is believed to treat erectile dysfunction by suppressing an enzyme called phosphodiesterase 5, PDE5, which regulates blood flow to the penis. However, sildenafil also inhibits phosphodiesterase type 6, PDE6, an enzyme present in retinal cells. According to the findings, significant levels of this inhibition result in the accumulation of a chemical that is hazardous to retinal cells. According to Brigham and Women's Hospital in Boston, in rare circumstances, persons who use sildenafil have also experienced a separate eye side effect termed non-arteritic anterior ischemic optic neuropathy, NAION, which causes abrupt loss of vision owing to a decrease in blood supply to the optic nerve. However, it is unclear if the medicine causes this illness or whether persons who take sildenafil are more likely to have other risk factors for the disorder. In this situation, examinations revealed that the individual did not have NAION. Brader stated that she chose to publicize the case to raise awareness among eye specialists about the relationship between sildenafil and retinal damage. Because this is such a commonly used drug, I thought it was important for the ophthalmic community to be aware of our findings, Brader told Live Science. I am certain that others have seen similar cases, even if the mechanism of the toxicity was not as evident as in our case. That's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like, subscribe, and share the video. Please leave your thoughts in the comment section. Thank you, and see you in the next one.